All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we dive into this lesson, giving no honor, no glory, no infinite praise is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Daban is a great millstone, Edo possible, teach me well. Peace and salutation to those who elect the scattered abroad, the like the other nations, shalom, shalom. And the shalom to the sincere Akim that's out there making their body a living sacrifice by going out there on the highways, byways, and hedges, by proclaiming the truth and teaching 100% truth, and going out there diligently and making an election, calling an election assure. And a shalom to the Seraquathium that's out there revsing their husbands, being a pillar of rest. Keep doing so to those that may be. Shalom, shalom. And shalom to those that's tuning in to this lesson. Okay, today's lesson is entitled Draconian Measures Are Coming into Effect. And the reason for this lesson is going over this article. Brothers did a camp lesson on it, and I was just laying back it, just touching on it again, just going to show you, like what kind of times and what kind of measures this devil is going to result to in these last days, and by any means necessary, they're going to use any force, and this time, it's going to be deadly force, if it's going to get to that point where it's going to be a deadly force. And this devil is making it known that he's going to use deadly force upon the people, upon the United States soil, and this go around with them trying to lock things down, if they do it, which we believe is going to happen again sooner or later. Salakia, that people are going to fight back. There is not going to basically fall victim or, be easily manipulated by the powers that be, and this is going to show you once again, like, hey, we are in the end times and this devil is about to make his move soon, so they going to try to do anything necessary to, lock the people down, ultimately, targeting Jake. So without further ado, it says the article title says New York Appellate Division ruling sparks concern over government powers and public health. And it says in recent landmark decision, the New York Appellate Division has ruled favor of Governor Cali Hakul, granting the state broad powers under Rule 213, known as isolation and quarantine procedures. This ruling has ignited and contentious to this highway. And the reason it says ignited contentious debate about the balance between public health measures and individual liberties, raising concerns about government overreach. And Rule 2.13, under Rule 2.13, the state of New York now has the authority to enter homes and forcibly take away individuals away from quarantine without providing any prior notice. The rules apply to any virus or infection that the government deems necessary. And here it is, they put in an article the things they are going to do. Here it is, they saying that they are going to take people out of their own homes. No matter what the virus is, what the disease is, they are going to snatch you out of your home, if they deem it worthy, But at the end of the day, they're going to use any means necessary to deem anything worthy, because this devil is going to come down with that great wrath, and they saying it in this article, and it started in New York, but you gotta understand what's all in New York. You got a lot of people in New York. They already trying to do the 15-minute cities, charging you $20 to $15 to enter and leave the city, so that's going to spark controversy. Then this, if a new disease decides to come out, which there are pestilences within the earth right now, it's going to spark more controversy, and it's going to get very, very it's going to get violent out here, because the people now are not going to simply fall for the gimmicks of anymore of the government, because people are catching on and, seeing the BS that the government is full of, once again, and we, a lot of people are going to stand up and fight back, but this is all being done by Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai because, hey, the Lord is paving the way, to beam us out of here, to get us out of here, man, And it says, what's particularly disconcerting is the absence of an age limit allowing authorities to apply the measure to individuals of any age. So it don't matter if you a child, baby, anybody can get snatched from out your house, and that's the measures that this devil's going into, and they know people going to rebel and fight back, so that's why, they resulted to the point where they gonna forcibly do it, without your consent at all, and this is going to lead to chaos, which this is all done by design, by the elites, ultimately by the Spirit of the Lord, on the left-hand side, allowing this to happen. And it says, absent of due process, one of the most controversial aspects of Rule 213 is the absence of due process. Individuals subjected to quarantine under the rule will have no opportunity to fight the decision in court, receive a court date, or present their case before a judicial authority. This lack of judicial oversight raises significant questions about the protection of individual rights and legal recourse. Now, if you want to know what due process is, okay, look it up. Due process. Okay, the 14th Amendment Due Process Clause guarantees procedural due process, meaning the government actors must follow certain procedures before they may deprive a person of a protected life, liberty, or property of interest, right? So basically what they are going to do, they are going to override your 14th Amendment, which everybody should know that your amendments don't matter anymore with the government, because they are going to move to draconian measures, and I got that definition pulled up, what draconian measures are, okay? This is a definition for the word draconian, and it says...
Draconian,
to describe laws or rules that are really harsh and repressive, right? So we look at this word repressive. It says inhibiting or restraining the freedom of a person, group, or people, right? So that's what these devils are going to result to, draconian measures, forcibly taking people out of your homes, then, violating your 14th Amendment, which they already threw out all you people's amendments already, man. You already see they cracking down on the gun laws, so they already making it hard for people with weapons, so that just go to show you that your amendments, your rights are going out the window now, because they know people going to fight back, and guess what? They got something to back that. They make these laws to override and, to be against you, and it's nothing you're going to be able to do because they just clearly said that you're not even going to get a due process, meaning you ain't going to be able to get a lawyer, none of that, it's going to override all of that, and you would think people would realize and see this, but no, they don't, because they then did a number, the elites did a number on you people to be sheeple, but you have your few Babylonians, that actually just like, oh, hell no, but at the same time, this is all through the act of the Lord, finna lay down the hammer upon this place, man, and rightfully so, because this place is drastically wicked, So it says, intermediate detention period. Furthermore, the ruling grants the state the authority to detain individuals for as long as they deem necessary. The indefinite detention period without a specific limit raises concerns about the potential for prolonged and arbitrary confinement. Right, so they can hold you as long as they want to, you know. And guess what? These concentration camps are going to be the way they isolate you people, you know. And guess what? And they can have you in there as long as they want to, you know. And hey, this is happening all by design by the Lord, man. You know, for all you people that scoff and laugh and mock, now here it is. They passed a law within New York, and soon it's going to be across the whole United States, you know, across the whole world as well. You know, this is the measures they are going to, you know, and it's nothing that you can say, it's nothing you can do about it, you know, because the Lord is finna let the hammer down, man. Slack, you know. And you know, and within these concentration camps, sorry Salaki for my rant, you know, they're just going over this article, man, you know it's gonna be harsh conditions, you know it's gonna be very dirty, nasty, all that. You know, that's why they got all those caskets up in there, because it's gonna be people killing each other in there. They gonna be killing people in there, you know, and probably they're gonna make it seem like they are not doing anything, but the whole time people are going to be suffering. But you know, this is what's coming, you know. You know, so the Lord set up his prophets once again on the highways, the byways, to warn you people of what's to come. And this is what's going to come, you know. And you can't say nobody warned you, because, hey, a trumpet is being blown, you know. A trumpet is being blown, or as of right now, you know, across the four winds of the planet, by the brothers, you know, out there on the highways and byways and hedges, you know, because the time of Jacob's trouble is nigh, you know. And it says, public reaction to civil liberties, the ruling has triggered in widespread concern and debate with civil liberties advocates expressing alarm over the erosion of individual rights in the name of public health. You know, so hey man, they gonna throw all your rights out the window, man, because that's where they moving to, man. It's no longer gonna be, I'm gonna call my lawyer, you know, because none of that is going to matter in that day. None of that is going to matter anymore, you know, because they taking away all your rights, taking away all your amendments, you know, and they moving to draconian measures, you know. They're moving to draconian measures regardless of the fact, you know. And it says, the conclusion, the New York Appellate Division's ruling in favor of Governor Khalid Hakol has ignited a heated discourse about the balance between public health and individuals' liberty as the state gains unprecedented powers to enforce isolation and quarantine without due process. The decision raises critical questions about the extent of government authority and the protection of civil liberties in the times of crisis. The development calls for careful examination and consideration of the delicate equilibrium between public safety and individuals' rights. And once again, man, you know, you people might as well count your rights gone, man, because your rights not going to matter in that day. Okay, so without further ado, you know, we're going to jump into some scriptures. Salakia. We're going to get the first one, which is Jeremiah 30. Okay, because this is the time we're coming into. Once they lock this place down again, man, it's going to be hell breaking loose, man. And it's the time of Jacob's trouble that's spoken of in the scriptures. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, starting at verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man do a travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. You know, so hey, if these simple-minded men gonna be afraid in that day, how much more you women? Okay, because when this devil crack down and bring these laws and these legislations to override your rights and your amendments, man, it ain't gonna be nothing you can really say or do in that day, unless you be able to elect and the Lord protect you throughout those hard times and give you that hedge of protection. It ain't really nothing you can do. but that's accept your judgment, which a lot of people which y'all not gonna want to accept your judgment. But if you live wickedly for so long, hey, you're gonna have to accept that and eat of your own way. Okay. Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. So, hey, this is the time we are coming into, Jacob's trouble, a time like never, a time that has never been like it. So the times we're coming into, we talk about this all the time, even though people get tired of us saying it. But hey, the prophecies are going to repeat themselves, repeat themselves, repeat themselves, repeat themselves, reiterate. They're gonna recite what is in the scriptures, and we are warning. Okay, we are warning you people. Okay. And this is part of the gospel. This is the good news because this is this is the storm. Because the grace, we are under grace, but hey, a lot of people are abusing it. But hey, as soon as the Lord close those doors of mercy and give you people that cold shoulder, it's over with, man. It's over with, and there ain't gonna be nothing you people can do, unless you be able to elect, okay, and you have that hedge of protection. Okay, because this says, once again, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. It's going to be a time like never before. Okay. Because, in these times, throughout this process, these things happening is going to be, the MOTB is going to come abroad, which we believe that is going to come soon. They already setting things up for it. These 15-minute cities gonna have something to do with it. These like Whole Foods got to pay with your palm. These are all precursors of what's going to be instituted within your everyday life. And like you got at Walmart, they starting to implement more self-checkouts because they are going to make it fully automated for no human being to be operating these machines. And if you don't have the MOTB, you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell. Okay. So that's it on that. Let's get the book of Daniel, chapter 12, okay, in verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found in the book. And then what it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that's found in the book, is speaking about the elect of Israel, And it says, and this once again is going into Jacob's trouble, because things are going to get so severely bad here, man, that Michael the archangel himself is going to have to stand for us, okay? Because this devil is going to be a maniac in that day, and he's going to make it seem like, everything is peaches and cream, and try to deem the righteous as the ones that's the problem, but the whole time he's the problem, and he got you people, you sheeple, fooled and hoodwinked, thinking that, oh, he's doing such a good thing. No, because you people that get along and go along with the society gonna be the same ones that get destroyed with the society. Okay. Meanwhile, this devil is going to be putting to death the righteous, but at the same time, we understand through the scriptures that, some of us are going to have to be martyrs for this truth, which is understandable, and, that's why we got to play our lot, however the Lord got to play it out for us during those times, do we want to die? No, but if the Lord, if the Lord wants you to go out as a martyr, hey, you got to be able to take that. And, the Lord can go put in your spirit to take it, man. If you be of his, because that's the bitterness of the truth. You might have to die, but at the same time, you got to be willing to do that because Yahushua did what he did, and he didn't want to die. But the main point is, the things are going to get so bad here that it's literally going to be death everywhere, man. It's going to be death everywhere, man. That's why in Psalms 90, the 91st chapter, it tells you, I see 1,000 on that left hand, 1,000 on that left hand, and 10,000 on that right hand, roughly paraphrasing, because that's how bad things are going to get within this country, okay? Because this place is literally is going to become a third world country, okay? Those things you see happening over there in the other countries like Iran, Palestine, all that is coming to America very soon, man. very, very soon. And you seeing they're passing laws basically saying they're going to forcibly enter your homes and take out whomever they so please. Okay? So that's it on that. Let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 24. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. And the reason it says, "For there shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." Right, and that's why you seeing the days feel like they are being shortened. That's why I feel like the weeks go by fast, because the Lord has shortened the days. The Lord has made the days real short, for the elect's sake, okay? Because the Lord is about to redeem his people soon, but there's going to be a what? A time of tribulation, the great tribulation to come upon the whole earth, okay? And it's going to be trouble, and that's why it's called Jacob's trouble, because it's going to be trouble for the Israelites, okay? And all this is going to be done, this is all the Lord's plan to redeem his people, number one, So you people that laugh, mock, and scoff at the prophets on the highways and byways, hey, you are going to really see the cold shoulder of the Lord in that day, man. Okay? So, that's it on that. Okay? Because once again, it's literally reiterating itself. The scriptures, is a live book. It's reiterating itself, letting you know what times we are coming into. We are coming into some deadly, perilous times, man. Okay? Because you go into 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy 3, it tells you, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Right. What does perilous mean? It means dangerous and risky times, man. We coming into a days of danger, man, which we are in the precursor of those days of danger. But at the same time, the Lord is equipping us with faith, and building us up, putting us through certain situations to build us up for these days, Well, that's why the Lord got us go through certain things, because you might not see the bigger picture, but hey, the Lord just increasing your faith, because you might go through some near-death experiences during those times, but hey, your faith has to be solely strong in the Lord in that day, man, because that's when you're going to be walking. Hey, you going to have to really rely on your faith in that day, man. The scriptures say, man, if you are faithless, you're gonna die unfaithful, man. Okay, because you gotta have faith in the Lord, because hey, the Lord is gonna give you people a cold shoulder, man. That if you are not the elect in of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay, let's get Revelation 12 and 12, and the reason it says. And it said, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Right. This devil knows that he has a short time, and this devil knows that he's about to go down. That's why you see that article right there with that law about being instituted, basically how they can just come in your house. And as soon as it's gonna be worse than that, man, because you thinking they just gonna come in your house, asking. No, they gonna be snatching people out, man. And hey, people gonna be getting put to death, okay? Because that's how bad things are going to get. People going to be fighting back and everything. That's spoken of in 2 Esdras, the 15th chapter, okay? So, verse 13, "And when the dragon saw that he was casted to the earth, he persecuted woman, was brought forth the man-child," speaking of Yahushua. Going to verse 17, and it says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh, and had the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach." Right, and this dragon represented these Edomites, Esau, Edom, and how he's going to come down upon the Israelites, because he is wroth with the woman. Who's the woman? The Israelites, okay? And with the remnant of her seed, the elect, okay? Because this devil is going to try to take out the elect. And that's what it's always been. Okay, this devil want to take out the elect, but the Lord said Israel is as the sand of the sea, and the elect is the large multitude, consist of men, women, and children, So this devil going to be taking out Israelites by the numbers, but, he going to take out some of the elect, but, hey, you doing us a favor anyway, man, because, hey, we going to be with the Father, okay? All right, so that's it on that. Now let's get the book of 2nd Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 15 through 17. And the reason it says, for the sword, I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, civil war is going to be happening within America. Okay, it's prophesied. It's the scripture telling you that in Matthew 24 chapter. Nation shall be against nation. There's race wars, man. I'm going to get it. Instead of butchering it, Salakia. Matthew 24. And it says, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences, right? Nation against nation. Hey, race wars, man. Okay? Because that's how bad things are going to get. This law being there, people are going to fight against each other. And then things will get so bad that, hey, they're going to have to send in the foreign troops that know nobody over here, that has no emotional connection to you people, don't have no family over here, and they just going to be going on a killing spree. Verse 15, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. Hey, people not even going to regard these political leaders anymore. They're going to be taking them out. Okay. If they get their hands on them. But, this is where we are coming into. And it says, verse 18, a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, because there's going to be so much chaos, so much hectic. Martial law is going to be in effect. You're going to have check-in, and check-out, But things are getting so bad that you ain't going to be able to probably check in or check out, Watch that movie, Leave the World, man. That showed you a prime example of being able to go into a city and not be able to. Shit, if you watch it, go watch it. It's on Netflix, for those that haven't watched it. It's a movie that showed you what's coming to America, man. And, I'm going to do a lesson on it, but I suggest Akim and Akwati watch that movie to get an understanding what, is being taught, what's going to be talked about in the lesson, But that's it on that. Let's go ahead and get the last one, 2nd Ezra 16. I'm going to start at verse 1. And the reason it says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt. It's like, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Right. This is the Lord basically proclaiming a destruction, because, hey, the Lord is going to have civil war break out. That's the first wave of destruction. Then, race wars and all that. Then the ultimate destruction, which the thermonuclear destruction. That's going to be the end all clean slate right there, man. Okay. Now jumping down to verse 40, because we're going to have to be like this in those days. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. And I'm going to start at verse 38. And it says, and as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 months of her great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they shall not slack a moment. Even so shall the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it every side. Right. And the baby of prophecy has to be born, man. Because, hey, those birth pains are within the world right now. Okay, soon the prophecy is going to be full-fledged, those contractions, And what is the child is going to come out of? Hey, the kingdom is going to be birthed out of all those pains, man. Because before beauty has to be destruction. Verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right. So, hey, we got to be as pilgrims upon the earth, meaning in those times, we're going to have to be on the move constantly, man. It ain't gonna be no relaxing. It ain't gonna be no just sit here, chill, eat snacks. No, you gonna have to be on the move, you know, because that's what times we coming into, some draconian measured times, man. Okay, jumping down to verse 68 through 72, and the reason it says, "For behold," linking over Revelation 12 and 12, "for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Salaki, Salaki. Behold, a burning wrath of Salaki. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Right, so just by that article alone, hey, draconian measures are coming into the earth, man. And they started by little, letting you know, like, hey, we're going to be snatching people out the houses, forcibly, not asking, politely, doing it forcibly, man. And you ain't going to get a due process, meaning what? You ain't going to be able to have no say-so. You ain't going to be able to lawyer up, no, none of that, because that's how bad things are going to get, okay? So, Khan. So with that, man, pray hope this lesson is edifying to those that we watch, giving our honor no infinite praise is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Till next time, to the next video, Shalom, Kom Sharala, by the ball.